Power. It's a potent brew, and history is riddled with examples of its intoxicating effects. We read about emperors who believed they were gods, dictators who silenced dissent with brutal force, and autocrats who reshaped nations to suit their own egos. It's easy to dismiss these figures as relics of a bygone era, cautionary tales from dusty textbooks. But what happens when echoes of that autocratic past begin to resonate in the present? The stability of a democratic society hinges on the delicate balance of power, the unwavering respect for established institutions, and a collective commitment to the peaceful transfer of authority. But what happens when that balance is threatened, when respect for institutions wanes, and the transfer of power is questioned? Recent statements and actions by Donald Trump have sparked a chilling debate. Is he exhibiting a dangerously inflated sense of power and influence, one disturbingly reminiscent of historical autocrats? From questioning election results to suggesting the suspension of the Constitution and leveraging his influence over his party, the red flags are undeniable. Are we witnessing a creeping erosion of democratic norms, fueled by an unchecked ego and a thirst for absolute control? Let's examine some specific instances that have fueled these concerns. Challenging election results. A cornerstone of any democracy is the acceptance of legitimate election outcomes. Trump's persistent claims of widespread voter fraud, despite numerous investigations and court rulings to the contrary, directly undermine faith in the democratic process. This echoes the tactics of autocrats who manipulate or delegitimize elections to maintain control. Suggesting the suspension of the Constitution. Perhaps the most alarming instance is the suggestion that the Constitution should be suspended. Such a statement directly attacks the very foundation of American governance and aligns with the actions of historical figures who disregarded constitutional limitations to seize power. Leveraging influence over the party. The cult of personality surrounding Trump and his unwavering influence over a significant portion of the Republican Party raises concerns about the concentration of power. This dynamic can stifle internal dissent and create an environment where loyalty to an individual trumps loyalty to the principles of democracy. These aren't isolated incidents. They paint a picture of a leader seemingly unwilling to accept limitations on his power and willing to push the boundaries of acceptable political behavior. The historical parallels are unsettling. We've seen similar patterns emerge throughout history: leaders who cultivate a fervent following, demonize opponents, and erode trust in institutions to consolidate their power. So, is history about to repeat itself? It's a question that should be asked with gravity, not alarmism. The answer lies not in predicting the future but in understanding the present and acting to protect our democratic institutions. What can we do to safeguard our democracy? Stay informed, engage with reliable news sources, and critically analyze the information you consume. Hold leaders accountable, demand transparency and ethical behavior from elected officials. Defend democratic institutions, support organizations and initiatives that work to protect and strengthen democratic processes. Engage in civil discourse, promote respectful dialogue and challenge misinformation. Vote, participate in elections at all levels and make your voice heard.